Hello, good morning, viewers. Today we are going to be discussing the laws of indices. So I have here the 7 laws of indices, which we are going to be explaining and looking at their application. So the first law says that a raised to power x multiplied by a raised to power y will give you pick one of the base and you get a raised to power x plus y. So that's the first law. Imagine we have a to be 2 raised to power 2 multiplied by 2 raised to power 3, meaning the first law of indices, that is according to the first law, we'll have this to be equal to, you pick one of the base, which will be 2, then this plus this, that will be 2 plus 3, which will be equal to 2 raised to power 5. And that's for the first law of indices. We have the second law of indices that says a raised to power x divided by a raised to power y is going to be a raised to power x minus y, meaning that we take also one of the base raised to power x minus y because of the division sign. So that will give us, if we have, for example, 3 raised to power 4 divided by 3 raised to power 2, we pick one of the base. Since the base are equal, we pick one of the base, which is 3, then 4 minus 2, that will be equal to 4 minus 2, and that will be equal to 3 raised to power 2, or 9. And that's your final answer according to law 2. So let us look at the third law. It says if we have a variable in a bracket, that is a variable with an index, just like this. It has an index, and outside of the bracket it also has an index. If we have, let's say, open bracket 2 raised to power 4 close bracket 2, the indexes will multiply each other, meaning that this will be equal to 2 raised to power 4 multiplied by 2, and that will be equal to 2 raised to power 8, and that will be your final answer. Let us look at the application of the third law. So the third law says that any variable raised to power minus 1 will be equal to 1 all over that variable. Imagine we have 2 raised to power minus 1. It will be equal to 1 over 2. If we have 2 raised to power minus 3, this will give us 1 over 2 raised to power 3. That will be equal to 1 over 8. And that's all for the fourth law. Let us go to the fifth law. Now this fifth law says any variable raised to power 0 will give us 1. If we have 2 raised to power 0, it will be equal to 1. 20 raised to power 0 will be equal to 1. 1 million raised to power 0 will also be equal to 1. Anything, that is x raised to power 0 will also be equal to 1. 2 raised to power 0 equal to 1. 4 raised to power 0 equal to 1. Let us look at the sixth law of indices. And this one says a variable raised to power 1 over x is equal to x roots of the variable. Meaning if we have, let's say, 2 raised to power 1 over 2, our final answer will be equal to, you pick this variable, you write it down, you bring a root, and you put this 2 inside this value under, and that will be equal to root 2. Let's imagine we have 4, because this is an irrational number. Let's imagine we have 4 raised to power 1 over 2. It will give us equal to, you write your base, then your root 2. But since it's root 2, we don't have to write 2. meaning we can just leave it like this. This means square root also. We don't need to write it like this, and that will be equal to 2. Your final answer will be plus or minus 2. Since when we square root any number, we get plus or minus 2. And the 7th law, which is the last law of indices, says that if we have any variable, the variable a raised to the power x over y, it will give us equal to, open brackets, you bring your variable, your variable, that's your base, then you root it by the denominator of the fraction here, that is y, and then you close your brackets and you put your index all raised to the power x, that is denominator here, meaning that if we have, let's say, 3 raised to the power 2 over 4, this will give us, of course we can cancel, 2 cancel here give us 1, 4 cancel here gives us 2. Oh no, this is not a good example. Let's say we have 3 raised to the power 2 over 3. This will give us equal to, first thing first, you open your bracket, then you put your root, and then your denominator, you put it here, and then the base value, you put it here. You close your brackets, and all raised to power your nominator, which is 2.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more.